Every single week, gardeners all around the world throw away one of the most powerful organic fertilizers nature has ever created. And you're probably doing it too. This ordinary gray ash that's left over after a fire is absolutely packed with potassium, calcium, and phosphorus, three of the exact minerals your tomatoes and cucumbers are desperately craving. But here's the thing, raw ash alone is not enough. Today, I'm going to show you 3 secret recipes that make wood ash up to 100 times more effective. And I promise you, by the end of this video, your garden will never be the same. Let's get into it. Welcome to GardenWise, the channel where we dig deep into organic gardening secrets that actually work in the real world. I'm so glad you're here, because today's topic is one of the most underrated tips in organic gardening. Here's what we're covering today. First, why wood ash is a nutritional goldmine for your soil. Then, we'll dive into 3 powerful recipes: wood ash liquid tea, the ash and compost power blend, and the ash foliar spray. And at the end, I'll tell you the 4 most common mistakes gardeners make with wood ash, because getting these wrong can actually damage your plants. If this sounds useful, hit that subscribe button right now. I post new organic gardening tips every week, and I don't want you to miss a single one. Okay, so let's talk about why wood ash is so powerful. Don't worry, I'm keeping this simple. When you burn natural, untreated wood, what's left behind is a concentrated mix of minerals. The 3 most important ones are: number 1, potassium. This is what gives your tomatoes and cucumbers their flavor, their size, and their resistance to disease. Most soils are actually low in potassium, and plants will struggle without it. Number 2, calcium. Calcium is what prevents blossom end rot, that black mushy spot you sometimes see on the bottom of your tomatoes. If you've ever dealt with that, you know how frustrating it is. Wood ash can help fix it. And number 3, phosphorus. Phosphorus is your root booster. Strong roots mean stronger plants, more fruits, and better resistance to drought. Now, wood ash is also alkaline. This means it raises the pH of your soil. For most vegetable gardens, especially tomatoes and cucumbers, this is actually a very good thing. It neutralizes acid soils and makes nutrients more available to your plants. One very important rule before we go any further: only use ash from natural, untreated wood. No painted wood, no processed wood, no charcoal briquettes. Just plain firewood or branch clippings. Anything else can contain chemicals that are toxic to your plants and to you. Okay. Now that you understand why it works, let's get into the good stuff. Recipe number 1. Recipe number 1 is called wood ash tea. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You're brewing a nutrient-rich liquid that your plants can absorb instantly through their roots. Here's what you need: 1 cup of wood ash, 5 gallons of water, a bucket with a lid, and a cloth or fine strainer. That's it. Super simple. Step 1. Add 1 cup of wood ash to your bucket. Step 2. Add 5 gallons of water. I prefer rainwater if I have it, but tap water works perfectly fine. Just let it sit overnight first if your tap water is heavily chlorinated. Step 3. Stir it well, then cover the bucket with a lid. Now, and this is important, let it soak for 48 hours. Not 24. Not 12, 48 hours. This is what activates the minerals and gives you that full nutrient punch. After 48 hours, stir it one more time and then strain out the solid ash particles using a cloth or a fine strainer. What you're left with is a beautiful golden brown liquid, your wood ash tea. Now, how do you use it? Pour it directly at the base of your tomato and cucumber plants. Use about 1 liter per plant. Do this once a week during the growing season. Within just 2 to 3 weeks, you will notice a visible difference. Darker green leaves, more flowers, and bigger fruit. Pro tip: for an extra boost, add a small piece of compost or a tablespoon of worm castings to the bucket before you soak. It supercharges the tea and adds beneficial microbes that your soil absolutely loves. Recipe number 2 is what I call the power blend. And this one is my personal favorite because it combines the best of two worlds, the minerals in wood ash and the living biology in compost. Here's what you need: 1 part wood ash, 4 parts mature compost, and optionally a handful of worm castings. The ratio is 1 to 4. 1 part ash for every 4 parts compost. This is important. More ash than this can raise your pH too high and actually lock out nutrients instead of releasing them. Mix it all together thoroughly. You want an even distribution. No white clumps of ash sitting in one spot. Take your time with this step. Now, when do you use this blend? The absolute best time is before planting. Work this mix into the top 6 inches of your soil, right where the roots will grow. This creates a nutrient-rich root zone that feeds your plants continuously for weeks. But you can also use it as a top dressing for established plants. Just sprinkle a thin layer around the base of your tomatoes or cucumbers, about 2 to 3 centimeters thick, and water it in. The nutrients will slowly leach down to the roots with every watering. Why does combining ash with compost make it more effective? Great question. Compost contains organic matter and beneficial bacteria. These microorganisms actually help break down and release the minerals locked inside the ash. The compost makes the ash bioavailable, meaning your plants can actually absorb and use those minerals much more efficiently. Think of it like this: the ash is the fuel. The compost is the engine. You need both for maximum power. I've been using this blend for 3 seasons now, and honestly, my cucumber yield has nearly doubled. My tomatoes are producing earlier in the season and lasting longer into the fall. It works. Okay. Recipe number 3. This is the one most gardeners have never heard of, and it might be the most powerful of all 3. It's called a foliar spray. Instead of feeding your plants through the roots, you spray the nutrients directly onto the leaves. And when I say directly, I mean the leaves absorb the minerals within hours. Studies have shown that foliar feeding has an absorption rate of up to 95%, compared to just 10% when you water nutrients into the soil. That means your plants are getting nearly 10 times more out of every application. Here's the recipe: 2 tablespoons of wood ash, 1 liter of water, and 2 to 3 drops of natural dish soap to act as a surfactant. Add the ash to the water and let it soak for 24 hours. Strain it very finely. You want crystal clear liquid with no particles. If particles block the spray nozzle, you'll lose the whole thing. Use a coffee filter or a very fine cloth. Add just 2 or 3 drops of natural dish soap. This is your surfactant. It helps the liquid spread evenly across the leaf surface instead of beating up and rolling off. Now, spray timing matters a lot. Always spray in the evening or very early morning, never in full sun. Why? Because when sunlight hits wet leaves, it acts like a magnifying glass and can literally burn your plants. Cover the entire leaf, top and underside. The underside of the leaf has tiny pores called stomata that absorb nutrients especially well. Don't miss them. Do this once every 2 weeks during the active growing season. You'll notice your leaves become darker, glossier, and healthier looking almost immediately. But here's the hidden benefit that most people don't know about. The alkaline nature of wood ash on your leaves creates an environment that fungal diseases absolutely hate. Powdery mildew, early blight, downy mildew. They all struggle to survive on an alkaline leaf surface. You're not just feeding your plants, you're protecting them. This foliar spray recipe alone has saved my cucumber plants from powdery mildew 2 summers in a row. I don't use any chemical fungicides. Just this. Before you rush out to try these recipes, and I know you want to, let me save you from the 4 most common mistakes I see gardeners make with wood ash. Mistake number 1. Using ash from painted, stained, or chemically treated wood. This is dangerous. Treated wood ash can contain arsenic, lead, and other heavy metals that will contaminate your soil for years. Only use ash from natural firewood. Mistake number 2. Applying wood ash to acid-loving plants. Blueberries, azaleas, rhododendrons, potatoes. These plants need acidic soil. Wood ash will raise the pH and stress or even kill them. Keep your ash away from these plants. Mistake number 3. Using too much ash. More is not better here. If you raise the pH above 7.5, you'll start locking out important nutrients, especially iron and manganese. Your plants will show yellow leaves, even though the soil is full of nutrients. Stick to the ratios I showed you. And mistake number 4. Applying fresh, hot ash directly to the soil or plants. Always let your ash cool completely and store it dry before using it. Fresh ash can burn roots and kill beneficial soil organisms. Give it at least 24 hours after the fire dies before collecting it. So there you have it. 3 powerful wood ash recipes that can completely transform your tomato and cucumber harvest. The ash tea for a quick nutrient boost, the ash and compost power blend for long-term soil health, and the Foliar spray as your secret protective weapon. All 3 of these recipes use something most of us throw away every time we have a fire. Free fertilizer, right there in your fireplace. Now I want to hear from you. Which recipe are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more gardeners who could use this information. Subscribe to GardenWise for a new organic gardening tip every week. Until then, happy growing. I'll see you in the next one.